ready?
All right, I think we're ready to go.
All right, sir, can we get your full name, please?
My name is Jason Brodegam, Jason Broutigam. I'm a lieutenant with the Williamson County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigations Division.
Give us a little background of what you responded here today.
So today we arrested John Crossan, 47 years of age, out of Round Rock for a terroristic threat against a family member, which is a felony 3. Through the course of the investigation, detectives learned that Mr. Crossan had several IEDs inside of his home. With the assistance of the Williamson County Precinct 4 Constable's Office, the Austin Bomb Squad, and ATF, we were able to get inside of the home and discovered several improvised explosive devices.
Can you tell us anything about those explosive devices? I mean, were they, did they have a timer on them? Were they, I mean, how were you able to get them safely out of the home?
I don't know any of those facts at this time. We just know that they were bomb-making or IEDs.
Was he cooperative with you guys? Did he let you come in the home? How were you able to safely get them out?
We were able to get into the home through the course of the investigation.
And can you tell us in terms of the charges that he has, and if he is already in Williamson County Jail, and what kind of bond can he face with those charges?
He was arrested this morning at about 8 o'clock. It was for terroristic threat, which is felony 3. I don't know what the bond amount was.
Do any of the devices remain in the home, sir? And what about precautions for the neighborhood? What measures were taken?
So the measures we took were, we wanted to, obviously thought about the safety of the houses adjacent to this home. So we mainly wanted to focus on the houses that were, you know, right next door, maybe 2 down and across the street. So we were able to do that. What was your other question? I'm sorry.
Do any of the devices remain in the house?
They still are in the home. The bomb squad and ATF are in there right now going through those devices.
Are there any other agencies that are assisting in this investigation?
Just those 3 with the constable's office.
So are the devices the only thing that is a danger in the house, or are there supplies in there also for bomb making in there?
The investigation is still ongoing, so I don't know exactly what's inside the home.
Do you know what this stemmed from? Why was there kind of family troubles? Was there an argument?
Well, we had the warrant for the terroristic threat, and that's what led us here. We got inside the home, and that's when we discovered these devices.
Do you ever have an idea of when this neighborhood will be opened back up to residents as you guys clear it out?
Probably within the hour.
How long was it shut down? Did you guys have it shut down and evacuated here?
I believe we got here about 11 o'clock, and it's been shut down since then.
But no. Go ahead.
Any previous trouble with the occupant of the home, sir, besides this terroristic threat?
Not that I am aware of.
But you can't tell us what kind of that terroristic threat came from? Was there like a argument, disgruntledness within the family? Did he have mental health issues? Was it a...
I don't know the answer to that. I just know that it was a terroristic threat against a family member.
Got
Once again, did he cooperate and come peacefully once officers made the arrest?
He did so, yes.
What was the nature of the threat?
What was the nature of what?
Of the threat. Was it a bomb threat against the...
No, no bomb threat. This was specific to an ongoing investigation. It's been a kind of a lengthy investigation, and through the course of that investigation, we were able to obtain the warrant to arrest him.
Is there any more information that you'd like to let the community know about how to stay safe in this area for right now? Any kind of updates on when you guys will be able to clear it out?
We're gonna clear this out within the hour, but there's no other updates that need to be given.
So you guys already had a tip that this person was making these explosives and had threatened the family members before today? Today was just the execution of that?
Just the execution of the search warrant, and through that investigation from our detectives, they learned that these devices were inside.
How many devices were?
That's unknown at this time.
Do you know what kind of devices they were?
I don't know that either.
Do you know how to spell the individual's name?
It's John Christopher Crossan, Crawson.
And he's 47?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, just so I get a little bit of understanding, patience. You guys were already having a tip about this house and this home and this before this happened today. There was an investigation going on.
There was an investigation into the terroristic threat, and that's what led us here.
When was the terroristic threat made?
It's been ongoing and it's been lengthy.
Got it.
Is Mr. Crawford, by any chance, active on social media or have any aggressive posts that you're aware of?
I'm not aware of that.
I think that's
you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
thank
you so much.
Hey there, everybody. Will Dupree in the KXAN live studio. We just wrapped up that news conference that was called rather hastily there from a lieutenant with the Williamson County Sheriff's Office talking about a situation that has unfolded in a neighborhood just outside of Round Rock. I believe it's still in the community, but just outside city limits. It's in the 2500 block of Santa Barbara Loop. And what that lieutenant was sharing was that the homes that have been evacuated around this particular one should be given the all clear to go back in about an hour or so. What happened is that the sheriff's office was investigating a terroristic threat regarding this man named John Crossan. And when they went to serve a warrant today, they found improvised explosive devices in his home in Round Rock. And that has led to an additional investigation. As we pull back up this video there, you can see many different authorities going into the garage at this particular home. So they said that the bomb squad and the ATF remain on site cataloging these particular devices, looking further into it. And again, neighbors who have been evacuated just in the immediate area around the house should be allowed to go back within the hour. We are still looking into this and wanted to jump on and provide the latest information that we have at this time about this ongoing situation there in Round Rock. More information is available at our website, kxan.com, so I'll direct you there. Thank you all again for watching. I'm Will Dupree. We appreciate it. We'll see you back here another time. Everybody take care.